That feeling of warmth is the last thing you remember. The excruciating burden of your bodies being nearly torn apart, met with sudden and brief calm. You're falling, hurtling downward with no end in sight. Surrounding you, a violet expanse of turbulent stars and dancing mists. Eternity encompasses you. The beginning and the end of your journeys entangled within it. The weight of everything dragging you further and further. But something else is in that space, falling with you. Or perhaps following you. Strings of silver that weave around you in beautiful spirals as you plummet. You see them coalesce in an intricate choreography, fractal patterns of movement creating beauty where there has no right to be any. You don't even realize you're all seeing completely different things. Vincent, surrounding those strings, you see iridescent butterflies of pastel drifting gently in tandem. Ladara, graceful, weaving vines blooming constantly with vibrant flowers and protruding thorns that pop into existence. In Azzurum, you see brilliant lightning that crackles, cascades with immense, thunderous force. They push past you, faster and faster into that expanse, but they are not falling. And with time, you'll realize neither are you. You hear muffled sounds emerging from the expanse. Your vision blurs as light enters, and your eyes slowly blink open too. Azzurum, a prodding finger against your face as you hear, "Is he dead?" "No, he's not dead, stupid." Blink your eyes. In front of you, Titus and Titan are belly down on this bed, poking you in the face as you are waking up.
As soon as I would register that they're like poking my face, I would stick my tongue out and pretend to be dead.
Oh no! Titan turns to Titus and says, "You killed him!" Titus looks like, "You killed him!" As they're both arguing now, as Salk says, Titan, where are you? Just walking through, eventually coming back, it's like, "Get off of there! What? You're not supposed to disturb. Go!" As they look, both of them, tears welling up in their eyes.
Oh God!
I think something's wrong. I think we.
I wake up and I'm like, just kidding.
He's a ghost! He's a ghost! Titan jumps in and says, "That's not a ghost, it's a zombie! There's a body with a dog!"
"I've come to eat your brains!"
They scream. They rush off behind their mother, who is just stunned. Looking at you as you are joking. Oh my God. Azzurum! She rushes up and wraps her arms around you in a hug. As the rest of you are hearing two children screaming and crying, and Azzurum joking around, blinking awake at the same time, in separate nearby beds. I think there's like a divider between the beds and different sites for each of you. So let's start with Ladara, sure. As you come awake to these sort of a bit of a nuisance, you see that you're in this sort of, you're not in the hull of the Salvation, you're not in this metal interior, you're not in Wheldon, you're in some sort of cave. It's not dark in here, it's pretty well lit, but it's a natural rock formation, this room. And you're lying on what feels like a bed, though it may be a little bit handcrafted, and sort of sat in the corner against the wall. You see, sitting straight up, back, just in a good posture, Aona is there with his eyes closed, just breathing.
Fuck. Where are we? What the fuck? I'll wake up and be like, oh my god. Hello?
I wasn't sleeping. Oh, you're awake.
I guess so, yeah. Where are we?
I got 12.
What?
12. How many did you get? I've been waiting for quite a while.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so annoying. You'll never guess what I got. 12.
We'll have to debate on finding another point system.
Well, honestly,
tiebreaker.
I'm just saying that I took out the big guy, so I just think that that's more equal to about like 2 or 3, honestly.
We were going off of quantity, not quality.
Well, I just feel like it was a lot cooler what I did, and it was just like more badass than, you know.
Okay, well, I feel like coolness is a subjective thing. It's not something that's objective.
I think it was cool, so I think that I have at least like 14, 15.
Okay, well, now we're going into a whole new point system. What are you? Oh, that's right. Are you okay?
And I'll like touch my limbs and be like, I got all my limbs, right?
You're bandaged up pretty good. You feel all right. You don't feel like anything's broken, though you feel a little very sore.
I thought you said swole.
You're a little swole as hell.
A little swole, you know?
Yeah,
Nice
you definitely feel really sore. And definitely as if you haven't moved in a little while. It takes a little bit to kind of stretch out and get everything. Everything still feels kind of asleep.
I'm alright, but where are we and how long has it been? How long have I been sleeping? I feel like I'm like so tired.
Yeah, I'm not the best person to explain this, but I'll go find someone who is. We're safe to start.
Okay, that's good.
And Vincent,
Where are you?
and Vincent cutting over further into the room. You're all in the same room. You wake up to that same cave expanse and that same soreness and bleary vision and warmth lying on top of your lap from a bedside chair and a mess of red hair spread out across, who doesn't really stir as you do.
Oh. Is there anyone else near me, or is it just him?
You can hear from the other side of this divider sobs from what sounds to be Selk and straight up cries of terror from what seems to be Titus and Titan.
Goddamn.
But
Poor
that's
kids.
all you can really hear so far.
Oh my god, Azrum's dead.
And of course, the bits of joking from Azrum's awakening.
How's Renair look?
Just tired, or does he look beat up?
Sure. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
8.
He looks tired. I mean, he doesn't look the best, but he's managing, from what you can tell.
I'm gonna gently wake him up.
Oh,
Hey. Oh, God. I got a headache. What? Are we okay? Is everyone alright?
you hear sort of sleepy, a little delirious voice. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Tears well up in his eyes a little as he sort of just places his hands on your face. Renair looks on with joy. Just pure relief and joy mixed on his face.
Yeah, I'm fine.
He just wraps his arms around you and buries his head in your chest and said, "Thank God."
Is everyone else okay?
They're fine. They're okay. I think I hear some others waking up, or Azzurum's dead from the sounds of it sounds to be Selk. But you're fine. Aona recovered you all from the water. The ones who were in the water.
Yeah, I was definitely in the water. How are you? Did you make any grand speeches down there, inspiring people?
I gave out a few much needed hugs and a few encouraging songs that I remembered from my times in the Harpers.
Songs?
Yeah, you know.
You sing?
Not as well as others may, but I can, yes. And, you know, anything I could to calm people down, but I just heard fighting from outside. But how are you? I mean, when they brought you down, you were in a bad state.
Well, I did what I had to do.
It's very cool. Very nice, he says as he's kind of stammering, choked up, but also just not really sure what to say besides, I mean, how can you really express how happy you are in this kind of moment?
I'll hold my arms out. Wordlessly.
He dives in and buries himself into your chest, just holding you tightly. Slightly
Phrasing.
sobbing.
Phrasing.
Yeah. Moving back around to Azzurum. Selk is holding you, and her light sobs have turned into just full-on tears of joy. As she said, I thought you were gone. Oh my God, for so long.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh my gosh, she's crying. I'm gonna start crying. Please don't start crying.
Stop screaming, Titus. He's okay. He's not a ghost or a zombie.
Oh my God.
Where are we?
As she is crying out, you hear, "What is going on over here?" As Astrid, followed by Dr. Neerja, walks in and says, Oh God. Hey, okay, let's get to treating these people. You're all awake. With, Vincent, Azzurum, she walks over a little bit further. Lidara, okay, you're good, too.
Yep, that's me.
Thank God. Okay. Hey, pulls the dividers and says, so you can all see yourselves for the first time in who knows how long.
Like, oh shit, hey guys.
How do they look? How do the other two look?
How do we?
Beat up. You're all
We all look like shit, basically.
A little waterlogged.
bruised, a little waterlogged. I mean, you're dry, but like you're bruised. You're covered in bandages, like a few sutures here and there. But you're alive.
Ladara, you look like shit.
Oh, wow. How I missed you so much. I was so worried and concerned with your health and well-being, and I'm so glad that you're alive and safe. Thanks. Vincent, you look great.
Thanks. Anyway, you guys alright? You got everything,
No, I'm actually missing a leg.
At least I'm
Okay.
alive. We're in a cave? Question
In a
mark?
cave.
Yeah, where the fuck is this? Are we safe? We're out?
You're safe. Turns to Dr. Neerja. Can you go get him? He said to, whenever he woke up to go. Yeah, okay. Dr. Neerja runs. They make their way down this cave tunnel as Astrid continues. You're safe. You're alive. It's been a while.
Like how long?
Like a week and a half at this point.
God!
I'm sorry, a week?
Yeah, we weren't sure when you were going to wake up or if you were going to wake up.
I haven't eaten for a week and a half.
No, we've had, we've been feeding you as best as we can. It's just been,
Like
she kind of looks down at your shirts covered in like dried
Soup.
oatmeal and soup. And it's just like,
Like we're in
it's
the
been
hospital.
messy.
Oh,
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank
it's,
you for taking care of us, I guess.
No, it's the least we could do, but you're safe. You're at the Temple of the Unheard, upriver, about a week from Wheldon.
Oh
shit.
shit!
We're
long
already...
Oh my god, we're finally. You mean we're finally out?
Wait, I haven't
somewhere
seen a
safe.
blue sky in so long.
I just want to see the sun.
We'll get there.
We all started getting out of our... We're like, no, we're going right now.
I need fresh air.
You still need a little bit of recovery. I mean, being out for that long is not easy to just bounce back from, but we'll get you there. Sky's blue. Water is not full of vampires, all good things.
All good things.
You're running from down the tunnel, and you see a bounding, tall, elven man
Oh, shit.
just
Running.
sort of run into the room and
Freezing.
to a stop across the cave floor and says, You.
Oh god.
I'm
Oh no, here it
And I
goes.
looked at Vincent's like, oh god, here we come.
Here we go.
gonna roll something. You see him just dive, and as Astrid's like, no, as he just lands on Azzurum.
No, we're gonna take damage.
And just holds him. It hurts. It does hurt.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Good to see you too, DeVille.
Hey,
Oh yeah. Glad to see you're alright.
thanks.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? What is wrong with me? I didn't.
Why were you out for so long?
I don't know.
You just.
Get a room.
You're. Can you get your elbow out of my
Oh
my
god,
side?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was just I couldn't help myself. I'm just. Huh.
How have you been?
What the fuck do you mean? I've been good. And terrible. I thought you were gonna.
Oof. I'm fine. I'm alive.
I know.
I told you I wouldn't die.
And you didn't. And you were right.
You know what they call me?
What?
Azzurum, Essen, never break a promise car.
Oh, I don't think that's where that's supposed
I
to
don't
go.
know that-
in your,
Have you
I think
ever
it's
said
supposed to be
that
your
was your
middle.
name?
Never heard that name in my life.
It's supposed to.
I think he's supposed to be your middle name.
You placed it in between your last
It's a new
name.
hyphenation. It's a hyphenated hyphenation.
This is-
Something like that, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Uthart, can you? Azzurum puts up the divider.
He
like,
gets
cool.
up and just kind of brushes himself off. He says, I don't know what came over me.
It's okay.
It's good to see you.
It's always good to see you. I dreamed of you.
What? Really?
Yep.
For how long? Because you were out for a long time.
It felt like I was just asleep for like one night, so.
Okay, well, that's just not true. But I'm glad. There's a lot to catch you up on. But we're safe.
I just want to go outside. Can you take me outside?
He looks towards Dr. Neerja, who's sort of slowly followed him in. All right. Smiles as he kind of leans down to pick you up, and like basically get you out and slings your arm over his shoulder. Because as you stand, your legs are a little out of use a little bit. There's a lot of
muscles.
There's some atrophy that happens when you're out for like a week. It's not something that's impossible to heal, or it's just gonna take a little bit, but you take your first steps out of the bed as he begins to lead you out and says, I should probably ask if the others want to
No, it's
come
all right.
too.
I'll just sit here.
No, I want to see this. Speak for
I
yourself.
do too, but who's gonna?
Renee sniffles. Oh, I can take you up. Yeah.
You alright? You tired?
No, I'm good.
You crying?
You mean a little? Why wouldn't I? I mean, I can take you up.
Okay.
He offers the same gesture. A little gentler than DeVille. As he
DeVille's just throwing Azzurum around.
wants to drag him out into the sunlight.
Azzurum climbs on DeVille's back. What?
All right, we're doing this. Okay.
I can't walk. Sorry.
Sorry.
Fair enough. He says as he basically begins to just jog through the cave as it slowed down. God. And Renee follows more slowly as they lead you out.
See you
Ladara
later.
by herself.
Come on, Ladara. Just, can you try?
Just crawl.
Get up
You
and
can
walk.
do it. Come on.
I get out of bed, and I try to stand.
Okay. Go ahead and make a athletics check. Sure.
Come on. She can do it all by herself. Come on.
See, if you let Aona help you, then that's going to be like one for him. You just can't let that happen.
That's true.
What do you mean?
Like, you can't, like, accept help. Because then it's not girl boss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good God.
Well,
That's good.
you said acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. That's a 2. It was a 3. So
You immediately
Glasses.
stand and you feel your legs just give out from under you.
like
Roll something.
how much damage?
No. Grabbing the back of your collar as you fall, just like as you were stood up there, Aona's with one hand, just kind of pulls you up, sits you back down, and then from his back pulls his staff, or I guess not from his back because he was sitting. He pulls it from the wall and just holds it out to you.
I didn't ask for your help.
I'm still offering it.
Fine, and I take it.
Okay, it's a little easier then. As you're all let out of the cave system, you can hear as you make your way down this cave system the sounds of people either working or laughing or just talking as you make your way through, eventually giving way to what looks to be a massive main chamber of natural rock. You can see like stalactites hanging from the ceiling, hanging tight to the ceiling, as well as what look to be just these platforms of almost like this, I'd say like a bamboo like kind of material, not exactly, but just like a sturdy material that makes these man-made walkways across this huge cave entrance. And on one side, there's another sound of rushing water. There's a massive cave mouth on the left side of this chamber, and in front of it you can see cascading crystal waters.
Ooh.
As you realize that this cave base is located behind a waterfall.
Ooh.
So it's quite loud in here as you make your way through, but you can see, but you can see what look to be the people of the Undercity. There are makeshift tents and beds, and the smell of food is in the air as people are adjusting. Not just adjusting, they seem happy. As you are led outward through a network of tunnels, you see people sort of hush as you walk by in awe. They are excited to see you, but they don't even know how to approach you. And you can tell that in their eyes, you're heroes.
Ooh, owie.
You're eventually led outward past a few guards at a hidden cave entrance hidden behind some vines and brush that they pull aside as you are moved into a lush green forest. Far off the beaten path, you are all brought out towards the edge where you can see the River Allura, this massive waterfall cascading downward, and the golden sun in the sky. You all stand there at the edge. Can't see Wheldon.
Thank God.
You can see at the base of the waterfall, sunken right below the water, the gaudy form of the Salvation, beaten up, but still kicking. As Aona, Renair, and Deville sit there with you, you take your first deep breath in what feels like weeks.
Nice.
So, I'll explain to you. This is the epilogue of our fair Wheldon saga here. There is stuff in the works now that you're awake. People are looking to celebrate. There will be a celebration. Your allies are all there. Everyone that you've talked to in Wheldon is there.
Everyone?
You can go ahead and check in on them and see how they're doing. It's only been about 10 days, Azzurum, so we got 3 more days until...
I realized I was counting.
Yep. You got 3 more days until you can become intoxicated.
Oh.
But how it's going to work is I will, I'll move us through to... I think the celebration, it'll be at the end, but I'll give you a chance to talk to everyone whenever you want the celebration to start. Just tell me, it's going to be loose with time, so don't worry. In my eyes, it would seem that when you would recover, they'd have you helping around a little bit if you were healed, but that would be further down the line, so there's no pressure to right now because you literally just woke up from a 1.5 week coma.
Yeah.
They still got you on bed rest, but pretty much everyone would come by to visit. To give you a little bit more about the Temple of the Unheard, you'll have some time to look around it, and, in the downtime that we have off camera, I'll have you all decide what you were doing, because there's probably going to be like a week to a month of like you all being there, recovering, and then also just like tying up things. It depends on how long you want to stay there. But the temple is located on this sort of sheer cliffside where the waters of the River Allura flow into a multitude of cascading waterfalls. There's one big one, but there's like a bunch of small ones that also, they like pour into rocks and then split off into two.
Like Niagara Falls?
Yes, it's not as
not
huge,
curved,
but actually it is pretty huge.
Really?
But yeah, it is like a huge sort of waterfall like that. It's a really beautiful place where when
is there like a rainbow?
I have to think about how the sun works.
Are there like 2 rainbows? Is it double gay?
When light hits it, there are certainly like almost like stained glass rainbow reflections
like
that light up the inside of the cave.
It's like my favorite thing in the world.
But yeah, there are small openings in the sides that are either act as like windows or just places where it's quite dangerous for some people to stand, but if you're just looking to observe the waters falling down, it's quite beautiful. Little like pockets where the water just falls around you perfectly in a way.
Is there any like religious iconography anywhere?
Yeah, absolutely. I was about to jump into that one because
Sorry to jump the gun.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You're perfect on this because there are symbols of what you will come to learn is Umberlee. Along with other symbols of the different Vondric gods, just everywhere. And not just like the same static image that is like put to enforce that this is Umberlee's temple, but some of its ancient carved statues and carved iconography that is like set into the walls. There's actually like a huge sort of faded statue, one of the arms broken off in the main expansive chamber, but also just art. People's drawings, children's drawings, knitwear of not knitwear, just knitted
sweater with I Heart Umberlee.
Yeah, I Heart Umberlee.
Umberlee gift shop.
Yeah, Umberlee is my co-pilot.
Umberlee shot glasses.
There's beautiful glassware as well. Just things that people have made and are hanging up around the caves.
Little pencils with like I Heart Umberlee on it.
Exactly. You would hear from Astrid that she is working with people who have druidic stuff. There's a lot more of them here to expand the caves outward to give everyone a living space in this cliffside, to give everyone a home there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But your allies are all here. They're all safe. To list them, I have to do it off the top of my head very quickly, even though I have them.
We didn't lose anyone.
You didn't lose anyone.
Woo!
I'll say this for this is something I wanted to bring up. That final fight, there were so many variables that like you may not realize, but you knocked down and made it like you did stuff that actually helped a lot in the final fight, because you throwing that fireball took down Tyron and Valentina, who would have been there.
Oh god.
Fighting alongside Sir Charles.
Damn.
You took down a lot of the vampires that would have been there from the one fireball that you threw.
Nice.
Wow.
There's just a lot that you all did. Not to mention the blessings. It would have just been a regular D&D slugfest if you hadn't gone down and actually checked out the temple down beneath the river. But
wow,
you made it out the other side. So you got Renaer, Deville, Tasha, Aona, Bonnie, the family, Archie, and you can hear from the distant parts of the cave the musings of Jarl Axel and his crew.
Oh my god.
He's still here.
Is Wolfgang and Astrid here?
Yep. Wolfgang, the whole Tempest of the Unheard is here,
Wow.
doing different things, directing different things, but they all come by. Wolfgang comes through a little teary-eyed and gives you each a huge hug.
Oh, nice.
A little bit crushing. He says, I knew you'd make it. I just knew it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, big guy.
Are we still at the waterfall?
I'll say that if you'd like to be, we can cut back to that scene now that I've explained all this stuff. We can just live in that moment for a little bit.
No, I just wanted to jump in the water.
What? Oh, God.
Okay, it's definitely a sheer drop. Let me say it again, sheer cliffside.
Like Niagara Falls?
It's real,
it's like Niagara, right?
real huge
big.
drop there.
Azurum's like, Deville, let me down. I want to get in the water.
No. He's like holding on. Jesus, we could find a place to go down.
No, let him jump.
I want to go swimming.
I don't like where this is going.
Deville shoots you a glare.
Let's see what happens.
There are places to swim inside of the cave. We don't have to do it right from the top of this cliff.
This looks so fun, though.
You've defied death so many times, just go ahead and see what happens.
I know.
No.
I can't do this
somehow?
anymore.
Just kidding, don't jump, Azzurum, it's stupid.
I wasn't gonna jump. I was just gonna splash around in it.
All right.
From up here, like jumping over to the rapid waterfall, or jump off of the cliff into the
Onto
water.
Very likely rocks and possibly pointy rocks. Yeah, go ahead.
We can swim. There's a place to swim inside. There's a beautiful crystal pool where the water seems to collect.
And is there a waterfall there?
I mean, there's little ones that go through the rocks and pour in a little bit. Okay, I'm not selling you on this. Let's at least go down the mountain and this little cliffside here and go into the water from there.
It's a little high. I'm gonna step back a little bit.
Yes.
Vincent's not looking down at all.
Neither is Renair.
Vincent has not looked down once, but he's like, yeah, go for it.
Azzurum's like, let me go, let me jump.
Deville is literally holding you with all of his force. Just no. Okay, so, with time, you would all eventually be forced back to bed rest for a little bit.
Boo.
Your friends, even though they would love to stay, Renair and Deville, eventually will go off and help around, promising to come back later. Aona as well. In 3 days, a celebration will be held in reverence to Azzurum, who begs everyone
To wait.
until he can become intoxicated.
He's like, I don't want to be left out.
Please, guys. Can we have a drunk pool party? In the waterfall. Oh my god.
Azzurum.
That sounds like so much fun.
If I have to get back in the water one more time, I swear to God, no.
But it's
I've
like
been in the water too many
water,
times.
you
You
know?
don't have to be in the water. I mean, that sounds kind of fun.
You can have a.
I'll be outside
You can
of
have
the
a pool
water.
party.
We can have like and then like we can get like lanterns and we can like put them in like the water.
Oh, I love lanterns.
Astrid gets them. Does sound pretty. Okay, we'll work on it.
That's what I want.
It's the least we can do.
You're just gonna swim in your clothes?
No.
Oh, I should have asked.
Well,
So, in the 3 days before the celebration, you each all have time to pursue your own interests as you recover. By like the end of the the end of the first day with a little training, you're all adventurers. You're able to regain some of your strength, and thus you can move around the area. So, Azzurum, in the next 3 days, what is Azzurum doing?
Azzurum's going to try to. He's going to start by talking to Selk.
Okay. Selk comes by a couple times, able to contain her tears, but just overjoyed to see you each time. Like it's the first time she's seen you in a while. She sits down with you. She catches up about your day, how you're feeling. You know, she grabs you food. But as you sit down with her, what would you like to talk about?
So, Selk, I have been. This has been kind of bothering me for a while. Not bother. Maybe bothering is like a harsh term because it's not really like my place. I want to know if you ever planned on telling Adelaide about.
Oh. It's okay. No. I've I can't say I haven't thought about it.
I just meeting Aona. It's been like this feeling that I've never really like felt before, and a connection I never really knew I would have. And I want to have the same with Adelaide. And so I also I feel like maybe she should know. It might be dangerous for her not to.
She thinks for a moment, hearing you say this. For the longest time, I never wanted Adelaide to know about her real father. My husband, he was a perfect father to her. And so there was no need. And I thought that there was no worth in dredging it all up and I don't know. But now I do. In a strange way. It would mean that she'd know that her father isn't who she thinks it to be, though nothing will ever change that bond that they shared. But it also lets her know that she has more family out there. And just how wonderful they really are. She looks at you and says, I'm willing to tell her.
I mean, only if you're comfortable and you don't... I mean, he may be her father biologically, but like you said, not really.
Family's more than blood.
Way more.
She smiles as she just takes your hand. I'll talk with her.
Okay. Do you want like me or Aona there, or like do you want us like not there? Should I like bring it up? Should I be like, hey, big sis, and like?
I don't know if that's the best way for it to happen. I'll need a little bit of time alone. It's I think it's something she should hear from me, and knowing Adelaide, it'll be tough, but when she's ready, she'll seek you both out.
Okay, don't give her the whole story. I don't need her going off trying to find him, because
It's okay.
he's got enough kids trying to find him right now. And honestly, Adelaide, I don't know if she'll make it.
No, I don't plan on letting her go with you all. And she seems pretty intent on, well, staying here for a while, helping around.
Okay, so it's good to know. And before I leave, I'll make sure to, properly reintroduce myself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You and your friends are the best things that have happened to us in a long time. And for every painful memory I have, knowing you makes it all worth it. She smiles and says, "You need any more soup?" She grabs an empty bowl from the side table.
That's good soup.
Yes, please. I would
Okay.
like some more soup.
Okay, right on it. And she makes her way out. Okay. Okay, so we will come back around to you. So I'll just go from here then. Ladar,
Hey.
what's your business?
What you doing? In this time, Ladar would probably try to walk around. Like, just go on walks, try to, like, move as much as possible. Even if they're like, stop. She'd be like, oh, I got it. No, I got it. And at some point, she would probably try to find some space where she could be alone, and try what Astrid was talking to her about and see what happens.
Conjuring like an image or something.
Yeah.
You find one of these chambers where the water cascades into a smaller waterfall where the water's, I'd say it's probably closer to nighttime as moonlight kind of reflects off the water itself in this solemn space. Water pours around you perfectly as you sit and focus on conjuring an image. What do you try and conjure?
I would like to conjure a rose.
Any particular color?
Red.
And I'll ask this as well. What color does Ladara associate the few magical things that she can do? Her claws, pass without a trace. What does that look like to her?
Kind of like a purple, maybe like a lavender.
Okay, perfect. Ladara, as you outstretch your hand, focusing on intention, focusing on creating the image of a rose, you feel that same feeling you had when you modified Astrid's spell, but much stronger. Beginning as a harmony to someone else's magic, now a melody of its own. As you close your eyes, you feel drops of water gather from the waterfall around you as it mixes with pale moonlight that forms this lavender hue in your hands. And as you're thinking of conjuring an image, you feel like you could go beyond that. As you focus, and without any straining, without any forceful nature, there is a breeze in your hand that forms into a solid red rose. It shines in the pale moonlight, reflecting off of its thorns.
Is it like tangible?
I open my eyes.
It hovers above your hand before looking as though it is going to fall.
I catch it.
Very lightly, you grasp the stem. You feel the pointedness of its thorns. It's the most beautiful rose you've ever seen. And it's very real.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No one's gonna believe you.
I look around, I'm like, well. No one saw that. Maybe it was just my imagination. Yeah, well, it's pretty real. It's like, I like wave it around. It's like moved.
Waves slightly, the rose petals just dancing in that glow.
Oh god. Well, now what do I do? She's like, I don't know what to do with this information.
Like, this has ruined my life.
I didn't think it was gonna work, but here we are. And then she'll probably just be like, cool, that's weird, and then head back and find Astrid probably like immediately.
As it's getting later, Astrid is still working. You can see them sort of directing things and directing people who are coming back from expanding the cave as you approach with this rose in hand.
Like a kid who's like, Mom, I spilled the animals.
I don't know what Astrid, are you busy?
Oh, hey, Lindara?
Hi.
No. Nice rose. Is that for me, or what's going on here?
Oh.
It can be.
Oh. I made this.
Oh, you made an image, she says as she kind of presses against it, feels as though it's...
Take it. And I'm like, look, and I do it. Take it. And I'm like, look, and I do it again.
This time much quicker. Another rose appears in your other hand as her eyes go wide.
Her hand is like shaking.
Her hand is shaking too as she takes it and looks at it and says, okay, let's talk. And leads you further down cave. Sort of gestures over to just this area where there's some rock formations. Just sit anywhere. Let's sit.
Okay,
Let's talk.
Yes, I'm sitting now.
Okay. So were you lying? You could cast magic, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go right to lying, but how did this happen?
I don't know. I just did it.
You just did it.
I just well, you see, I listened to what you told me, and so I tried to feel like how Vincent was telling me, and when I had the tail, and then I didn't have a tail anymore, and then so I tried that again, but this time I was like, oh well, maybe if I just think of what I want. So I was like, oh okay, I like roses, so I was like, oh, let me make a rose, and so I was like, rose, and then I made one.
Tangible object. First try, tangible object. Just a real rose.
Is that bad?
It's amazing. It's I've never seen someone pick up magic this quickly. Also, magic that usually people are usually born with to some extent. I mean, making natural objects. This is to you, and she sort of presses the rose to her nose and twirls it in her fingers. It's real. This is real, tangible nature that you've created.
Oh. Okay.
Why do you look so terrified?
I've never done this, and I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. Hey, it's all right. All right? I can help you. All right? If you're making natural things, then it falls into the purviews of what I can do. I can help you. All right?
Okay.
I can help you. I don't know how much help you'll need in terms of controlling it, but if this is something, I mean, this could really... Magic is beautiful. Natural magic, especially so in its own way.
Should I make something else? Should I do something bigger, or
Try something.
Okay. I wave my hands out, and I think in my head, I'm gonna make a small shrub.
You're trying. You can feel that it's trying to get there. It's a little big. This the idea.
Okay.
A small. The best you can get is as you kind of. You're able to almost on the fly realize this, shrink it down in size until there's a small, just little seedling, just like an acorn, basically, just appears. And Astrid says,
Well, that's
"Okay, I mean it's something. I mean that's okay. Think of it this way: most people can't make an acorn appear out of nothing.
Oh, okay. So I'm somewhere.
Listen, you don't have to worry about this. We're gonna learn. All right? I'll teach you.
Okay.
You have what some may call druidic powers, or some kind of connection to Vondric magic.
Vondric, as in
primordial gods.
Oh.
The first magic of Afra. The druids.
Oh gosh. Okay.
It's good. powerful when it needs to be, but overall it's more beautiful than anything else. It's some of the gentlest magic there is, and also some of the most destructive. I think it can't hurt to learn a little more.
Yeah, I think I'd be very interested in that.
Okay. Then I'll set aside some time and we'll train. Up until you all are going, just let me know.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you very much. Sorry for
You don't have
interrupting you with my rose and then
You don't have to
thing.
apologize. It's okay. It's an exciting thing, and also kind of terrifying if you've never done it
a
before.
little terrifying, yeah.
I understand.
May I have 2 roses?
I mean, you can go give them to someone, I suppose, or drop them off somewhere.
It's like the Bachelorette.
I only have 1 rose.
I only have 2 roses. Who were getting them?
Who's getting the 2 roses?
Oh, I'll find something to do with them, maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as Astrid leads you back to the cave, Vincent.
So once I'm more accustomed to standing and I feel a little bit better, I'm gonna try to find Tasha.
Okay.
See how she's doing.
Tasha has been in a interesting state here. She seems okay. She seems very shy. It doesn't seem like she has as many friends here
Oh, well,
for a few reasons. But you find her helping out. She is washing some clothes. She's helping to move what crates she can. She's asked a couple times to go out on hunting parties, and, no one will take her out hunting. But you find her sort of in between tasks, a bit ragged, a bit tired, but as you approach, Vincent,
hey,
good to see you.
how you holding up?
I'm holding up.
Good,
I'm pulling my weight, and I'm doing work around here.
good. Well, I just wanted to ask if you wanted me to hold up that offer that I gave you a while ago. You know that dagger I gave you?
I carry it with me everywhere I go, she says as she sort of pulls it from her belt.
Okay, whoa there. Whoa. Yeah, know how to
yes.
use it yet?
No. I have pulled it out a couple times, and most people are fairly scared.
Yeah, I would imagine why.
They are just terrified. But that's okay.
Yeah, maybe put it away for now. How about this? We find you a sword.
A sword? Oh, goodness. I have not evolved past the dagger, but I am already moving on to...
We're a fencer, right?
Yes.
Left-handed?
Very true.
Same as me?
I haven't fenced in a while, but if you can find me a sword for it, I suppose I could give it a go. I suppose the tips won't be blunted?
No.
Oh, okay. Exciting. Terrifying. Exciting.
Don't worry, I'll go easy on you.
Please do.
At first.
Terrifying. Exhilarating. Terrifying. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna try to find her a rapier.
Okay. It's not hard here. There's definitely a lot of people who brought weapons. There are some that, of course, aren't going to be used a ton just because they're not the best for hunting, and the rapier is one of them. As you return with it, she looks at it with wide eyes and says, all this power.
With great power becomes great responsibility.
I assume you know how to hold it, right?
Of course. Of course I do. Dueling stance.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Relax a bit.
Of course.
There you go.
There's... my shoulders are taut. I cannot loosen them.
That's alright.
Okay. She starts to shake her arms out.
Okay, this is an interesting technique I've seen.
No, I'm just...
Never seen before.
It's okay.
Let's begin. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna go through the motions of what she knows,
I'll,
and then see how she does from there.
It takes a little bit. She's nervous. She's very nervous as the waves like twing, twing, twing in this chamber that you've gotten for yourselves. But eventually she gets the hang of it. And eventually she is fast.
Wow.
She's good.
Wow.
To an extent. I mean, she's trained. This isn't to really go adventuring or to really fight. It's a duelist for sport kind of fencing. But she's not bad.
Okay, I'm gonna teach her how to be a little deadly.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. Let's just roll weapon proficiency. So it's just your attack roll. You're not actually attacking, but it's just how good you are with the rapier.
Natural 20.
Holy shit! As a teacher, Vincent, you are a bit surprised by yourself. You've been fighting for quite a while and having to fend people off, both blade and crossbow and magic, and as you go into this dueling stance, as you spar with Tasha, teaching her different techniques, you are able to show her quite a few. You're able to sort of wrap the blade around and disarm Tasha a few times, and able to get the point across to where she has able to pull it off at least once on you. And a couple more deadlier techniques that a less steady hand would be quite bad at showing. And it's terrifying. You never get close enough to where it would be absolutely dangerous, but it looks dangerous. And by the end of it, Tasha is... My adrenaline is so high. I could kill.
Okay, not here.
In defense of myself.
When you need to.
I could kill right now, though, in a good way.
Right.
In the best way possible.
Please don't get ahead of yourself.
This is amazing.
You good?
I'm so happy.
I'm glad. You feel like you could defend yourself? And maybe other people?
Can I have a hug?
Sure, yeah. Sure.
Sorry.
It's just very awkward about hugs.
She's very sweaty. And you're sorry. As basically, she just wraps her arms around you. It's nothing too serious. She just okay, good. And then backs up and says, there's so much built up adrenaline and energy, and I'm happy. This was fun. It's the most fun I've had in a long time. Sorry.
It's alright. It's good to be happy.
Defend myself. I can. In a way, I feel as though you have made me 100% deadlier. Just double my deadliness currently.
Well, you weren't that deadly before, but we've gotten somewhere.
I now have deadliness in my system. I know how to kill, but I won't.
Yes.
Without due cause.
Good. Tasha, you get to forge your own path now. You realize that, right? There are no expectations on you anymore. You get to be yourself and live a life that you want. I know it's been hard, but look forward to that new life. Right?
She turns towards one of those exposed cave openings where the water pours. She stares outward at the setting sun. Its orange light just barely catching at like this diagonal through the water. She looks outward and says, my family, they hurt the people here. They really did. And deep down I knew to an extent, but I thought I could maybe change things when it was my turn. But while there's so much that was lost to me, These people have gained something. I see it in their eyes. And I'm happy for them. And maybe with time, I'll be happy for me too. I want to join Astrid. I want to help her. I want to fight for something better. And I want to be an adventurer. But maybe not like the books that I read. Maybe doing something a little more meaningful.
I'll be honest, it's never quite like the books you read.
I figured that out the hard way, but I want to believe that maybe it can be better.
So long as you always remember to do good. If I've learned someday down the line that you've taken what I've taught you and you're using it for evil, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
I don't think I could handle that emotionally. It would just be very painful to me.
Yeah.
And so, I'll do you proud, Vincent. I'm glad I met you. I'm glad you caught me in the cookie jar back in.
I never told anyone about that.
Well, you are man of your word. And, so the best character I've ever seen. Someone.
Me? I don't know about all that. Anyway.
You and your friends are the closest to storybook heroes I've ever met.
Oh my god.
And so, I'll be following in that big footsteps.
Vincent looks a little taken aback.
Her role models?
It's like, well, whew, good work today.
Yes. Hope I haven't upset you or said something
No,
wrong here.
no, just never thought anyone would see me in that light. Strange.
I do. And I don't regret it. She smiles as she does a little flourish that you taught her with the rapier and says, I'll make you proud.
All right, let's go eat something.
Please, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten since this morning. I didn't want to tell you because I wanted to be a good training partner, but I haven't eaten so long.
Let's go get something to eat.
Okay, thank you. As you both make your way back. Okay, moving back around, let's start back with Azzurum. Azzurum, who would you like to talk to?
I would like to talk to my brother-o.
Your old brother-o.
You have a brother?
Yeah, Aona.
Yes, in case we haven't stated it on the show. Aona is Azzurum's brother. Aona, for a while, it slightly feels like Aona's avoiding you. Just, when you walk in rooms, he suddenly is like, oh, I got to take care of something. And then walks out, doesn't really make eye contact with you, but you're not entirely sure why until you finally catch him.
I grab him by the back of his robe.
Okay. As you were both in this hallway between cave areas, Aona says, oh, hey.
Are you avoiding me?
Okay. No. Yes.
I'm your brother. I'm your brother.
Okay. Yes. I, in my own way, I'm avoiding you. Yep. No other way to put it.
Why?
Because I promised I'd talk to you more about what you wanted to ask about back in Wheldon, now that everyone's safe. And I am going to, I've been trying to find the right words, and maybe it's best if we just get it out of the way.
Okay. So,
I will answer whatever questions you have and try and explain more about our father.
okay. First things first. Why were you hunting after me? Why were you trying to kill me?
Starting with the heavier stuff. Okay. To clear the air, yes, I was trying to kill you back in Siniath. We had first met on that road when that was our first fight, and I had followed you across Siniath after that several times. Eventually, I found way into the tower that you were all staying in, and I will be up front. I stood over you in your sleep, ready to kill you. I don't know if I should apologize for that, but I'm going to start with saying that I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
This isn't going well.
You're not going to do that anymore, right?
No.
Because I don't have to sleep. So if you do that, I'll punch you.
I'm not trying to kill you anymore, and I couldn't bring myself to do it then.
Why couldn't you kill me?
I don't know. I had been told long before, and I'd reaffirmed it myself, that the person I'd be killing would be my brother. That I had to be ready, that I had to be strong to accomplish my mission. But when it finally came down to it, I couldn't. I don't know why. Killing you would earn me my freedom and the title of heir of the Tempest. The Master's true successor. But that wasn't my main reason. I could care less about the title. He told me that if I succeeded, if I became the heir, if I killed you, he'd take me to see my mother.
What? What?
He takes a deep breath. His breath is shaky for the first time in a while. I know she's alive.
What?
I don't know where he keeps her.
What?
I know she lives in neglect and pain, and I don't want that for her. And so I thought that if I could just take one life, I could save her. And I didn't. I couldn't. And I'm sorry.
Have you ever seen her? Have you ever met her? Have you... Our mother? She's alive?
Once. There was a time when discipline didn't faze me. And he stood me up, and he said he would have to try something different. And he brought me to her. And the look on her face, it hurt me more than than I'd ever felt.
Azzurum pulls Aona into a hug.
He just shakes his whole body, cold shivers, holding back sobs. As he looks, he says, I know that your goal is to kill him, and our goals align. But above it all, I just want to save her.
Well, yeah, we will. We will. It's, we will. It's my mom.
He looks, he says, he just wipes the tears from his eyes as he looks and says, the man we face is cruel and uncaring, manipulative. I only trained with him and spoke with him when he came to the mountain, over far, far east from here, across the waters. I do not know what he does when he leaves or where we can find him, but knowing your friends, I think we might have a chance. But he's powerful.
That's okay. That's okay. Everything's okay. We're good. Okay. We'll come up with a plan. We'll be fine. We'll take him down. I'm sure we can.
Do you swear?
Do I swear? Yeah.
He extends his hand out to you,
He takes it.
and as he grips your hand, you feel wind, just like a whirlwind that encompasses both your hands. As he breaks from it, he says, "A bond that cannot be broken. We're in this
Together.
Fuck yeah.
He straightens up and says, I will come with you all.
Okay.
But just know that I wasn't his only student.
Like, do you mean like his only like student or like his only like kid? Like, are there more? I'm getting a little lost with this whole family tree thing.
He told me never to view them as family, but they carry the same look in their eyes as he does. And so,
How did I get away?
I don't know. You were lucky. If we travel together, they may hunt us.
The fucking Essen family.
Fucking Essen squad pulled up.
The hot,
Team
hot
Rocket.
kid crew. It's gonna come and rock our shit.
They're all
Team
blue.
Rocket coming up.
There's too many blue people.
Well, you were the best, right?
I was the most desperate to prove myself. The strongest. I don't know. There were others there that... Though... I'm not sure where I would rank them in terms of power, but they were willing to do much more than me. I cannot speak on what we may face, but there is no doubt that we have drawn his ire.
Well, I'm not going to press you on this anymore today. But maybe later.
We'll talk.
Thanks for telling me, and thanks for pulling me out of the water, and thanks for not breaking your promise and not killing me or my friends, and you're a really good person, Aona.
Kind of winces at the words. Time will tell.
No, you are.
Thank you. He says as he relaxes his shoulders. We'll talk. We'll need to train in order to strengthen your connection with the wind.
Okay.
You'll need it to face him.
Okay.
Takes a deep breath, turns, and walks down the hall.
Azzurum just stands there for a second, just like kind of stunned, looking at the ground. And then he's gonna go sit somewhere by himself for a little bit.
The words echo in your head. Like many do. This one louder than a lot of others. Mother.
Sorry, Mommy, sorry.
My God. Mom. Sorry, Mommy.
Mommy, sorry, Mommy, sorry.
Mommy. My God. Good God. Anyways. No.
Anyways.
Further down the line, you know that you don't really have much memories of yourself when you were very, very young. But they must be in there somewhere. Okay. Moving down the line.
Azzurum, who let you have two moms? Two moms now.
I know.
Family
Such
keeps
a huge family.
Big old
keeps
family.
growing.
Fucking huge
You went from
family.
being like, to having like a lot of extended cousins.
in like a couple of weeks.
brothers. The brothers and
yeah,
sisters.
I know.
Two
A lot.
mothers. Yeah, you got a lot going on there.
Damn.
Okay, so Vincent, you wanted to speak with...
Archie.
All right, awesome.
My brother.
No,
Brother
yeah.
sequences.
The back-to-back brother sequences.
Vincent, I don't think knows that Archie's his brother though, so.
Yeah, he's told you that there was a time when you called each other that, but he
Oh,
doesn't.
okay.
But you know, whether Vincent actually believes that or knows what that means, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Okay, so making your way around, Archie is helping out with a lot of manual labor, and then as soon as he gets his hand on an instrument, is also able to do a lot of moral support with music. And people love Archie's singing and a lot of his playing. There's a lot of people that just come to him and be like, play. And he's like, oh, all right. And he just starts playing. Like, for people that dance, you catch him on the latter end of one of these as people are dancing and singing and drinking a bit. And Archie is kind of on the edge of it, just finishing up a song as you approach. What do you say?
I wave at him.
He waves back, and
Is he
he's
still
sort of-
playing?
He basically just finishes with a flourishing chord, and then he waves back. He says, "Oh, Vincent, and stands up as people are trying to sit him down to play more. He's like, no, I really have to, I gotta talk to my friend. Vincent.
Hard to be the bard, huh?
You're telling me. It's part of the job. It's actually nice to get back to something I recognize and not fighting for my life.
Yeah, true. You got enough rep for all that? Know enough songs?
I've gathered quite a bit of songs over the years. If there's one thing about me, I can't survive falling off a building, I can't survive being in a burning building, but I do know a lot of songs.
We all have our strengths, right?
It's been a while since we talked.
Yeah.
Things have been busy, and you've been unconscious.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a common trend for me. Well, I guess I wanted to say hi. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? You know, I feel like from what you've told me, it's like
Yeah.
I feel like I should know you better.
It's a bit weird. And I won't lie, it's not your fault, but it hurts a bit.
Sorry.
But I don't mind. I've been thinking about it a lot since I got mad at you in the bar, and then
pretty bad timing on your part.
You
not
know,
gonna lie.
Got captured by the church, and
That was our fault. Sorry.
that's all right.
Evens out, I guess.
And I realized that it hurt that you don't remember anything, but that's not your fault. And the feeling that I have knowing that you're alive it outnumbers that. It's just nice to know.
If you don't mind, and if you've got the time, and he pulls out a journal that he keeps with him, and a little pencil, and he says, I've only just found you. And it feels like there is a whole part of my life missing. I don't know why. And I'm afraid of it going missing again. Would you mind telling me what you can about who I was?
Let's sit down. Let's talk. You find side cavern just to take a seat and talk as Archie begins to tell you a story. He tells you the story of a family, not bound by blood, but tied together with the little strings of a violin. He talks about how he was lost for so long, and how the happiest, most jovial man he'd ever come to know found him, picked him up out of the dirt, brushed him off, gave him a little mandolin, and taught him how to play. And he talked about how that man would take him and another girl that was there, who he'd come to know as a sister, across the world. And at every place that they'd turn up, they'd find family. I always thought that family was something that, I was just unlucky enough to be born without. But he didn't see it like that. There was family everywhere. deepest alleys and the shadiest nooks, there was someone looking for somebody. And one day he turned up with this little runt of a tiefling and that shiny violin, and he said, "Meet your brother." And so I did. And Archie continues and he talks about your friendship together, how it grew from, nothing to brothers being brothers, to teasing and practical jokes and misadventures and getting caught stealing pastries together and playing music on the stage, and it being the most alive he'd ever felt every time he was on the stage with his family. He talks about everyone that came and went, some people that one that came to stay and others that would pass through. And he kind of stops a bit and says, "Kind of interesting. You and Renee?"
What?
I always thought you had a thing for redheads, and looks like I was right.
What?
Oh, yeah. Listen. How do I say this? Last time I saw them was after I left the troop already, but if you ever run across a merchant, family like us, traveling,
Right.
just be ready that there may be one other person that may remember you, and it might be a little jarring. I don't want to scare you or anything.
What are you even talking about?
Yeah, forget I said anything.
What?
Anyway,
Oh?
he continues, just pushing past that, his face bright red.
Vincent's
as
so
he's
confused.
kind of giggling to himself about it. And he talks about Charlotte. He talks about Elizabeth. And he talks at length about Beau.
I've heard those names before from him, right?
A little. He's only mentioned them in passing, and every time feels like he's painfully bringing up something that's long past. But now, he's just looking back fondly. His eyes a bit glassy as he talks about them.
And you said they were looking for me. That you all were looking for me.
Up until the day I left. I left to search for you on my own because I couldn't look them in the eye knowing that it was my fault that you were gone.
What do you mean?
Our last show, there was this dickhead, Snowball,
Sounds about right. Dickhead Noble.
heckling us, talking about how we were dirtying up the place.
Jeez.
And I wanted to get him back so bad. And you did too, and we egged each other on, but Beau sat us down and he said, it's not worth it. That we'd regret it, and that it's better just to move on knowing that we're happy together. And I egged you on. And you went in, found where he lived. You went in. I got scared because you didn't come out by the time I worked up the courage to look back, you were gone. And I'll never forgive myself.
Well, hey, knowing me, I probably did it on my own accord.
Vincent.
I mean, if he deserved it.
Vincent, they still don't know. They still don't know where you went. I couldn't tell them. I just wish I could tell them.
Where? Do you know where they are?
No. I can't. I left. I left to look for you, and I said I'd return. But at some point I gave up. And I don't know where they are. I don't know where Pa is. I don't know where.
It's alright. Hey, I'm alive. It's fine. You know, I'm good. I was fine this whole time. You don't have to be guilty over it. And as much as I want you to come with us, I don't know if it's a good idea for you to face all that.
I'm not built for the life that you have. We're parting ways, but I don't want it to be the last time.
It won't be.
I'm heading west.
West?
There's a city on the coast there that I'm thinking of settling down for a bit in.
Really?
Huh? Greatest place in the sovereignty, they say.
Where?
See about that.
Where? Exactly?
You heard of it?
What is it? What?
It's in the earth.
Really? You're there?
I mean, there's...
You want to settle down in that city? Give me the keys
Okay,
to
well,
Orpheus.
if it's
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
well, if it's not that good, then I guess I might...
No, it's got its own charm, I guess.
So you've been?
In a sense. Yeah, I've been.
What? You're being so vague about it.
All right, well, if you go, you're gonna find out. We lived there.
Oh.
You know, us, like the Lidar, Azzurum, and I. And also, Renair's from there, and I don't know if Deville's from there, but we found him there.
Well, that's where I'm headed. I'm gonna stay there for a while and try and... I don't know. I heard they've got a musician's guild. Make a name for myself.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's really fucking expensive to get in.
Ah, shit. Well, I guess I'll do what I do best and play around bars and stuff.
If you want. There is a vacancy at one bar I know.
Really?
Yeah, there's a tavern that, okay, we owned a tavern.
What is... I mean, I guess I have no room to speak, but I'm learning a lot about you in
it's
just
not,
these few minutes.
We were gifted it for doing a job. It's actually the job I met Renair on.
Romantic.
Yeah, well, put it that way, it's not really that romantic. But we got it as a reward because we weren't paid money, which now I'm thinking Jarl Axel owes us a lot of money.
Ooh, seems like that sort.
Anyway, I didn't want to open the tavern. I just wanted to live in it. And everybody else was excited about it, so...
You saying I could get a job there?
I'm saying you could take take my room. Until I get back, at least, if I get back.
Shit. Even now you're looking out for me. Damn.
I mean, if you want it.
I think I've been stubborn enough. I'll take it. Alright then. I'll stay for a little while, but I'll be leaving soon.
And, I'm gonna find them.
When you do, just tell them that I'm sorry. And that,
I'm sure that they know.
and that if they'll have me, I'd like to come home. He sort of straightens himself up, wipes his tears. Oh, enough of that.
You're a little too hard on yourself.
Drinks, music.
Drinks, music. I could do that.
We haven't played together in a while. You know, you play, right? Still.
Well, I can. I just don't these days.
You know what we used to be able to do? Signature act.
What is that?
Sometimes it was bullshit, but a lot of times it was real. You'd be able to pull out any violin tune and I'd be able to play along like nothing.
Huh.
We were masters of improvisation, as it would be. So why don't we try it?
I don't know. I don't really love playing in front of people.
We could just play here if you want. Says, holds up his mandolin. Take your time.
Well, think about it. First strings.
Sure.
Then maybe play.
Sure.
Just pat him on the back.
Yeah, he pats you on the back a little.
Do.
And one final look, smile on his face. It's a somber look. It's wild. You know this person, and he knows you. And though you know how and where and why, it goes deeper than you could have ever imagined. As he gives you a smile and walks back through the tunnel.
Follow him out.
Hey there, this is Christian, the Dungeon Master for the Strings of Fate. Thank you for joining us for episode 32, the finale, or epilogue, of the Wheldon arc. We made it! Just as a reminder from the announcement for this episode from last week, before we get into the other break stuff, this is going to be our last episode before we take a 1-month hiatus. That's right, starting from when this episode comes out, we will not be returning until around mid-October. The date was October 15th, but of course, things are tentative. We want to keep it down to 1 month, but this is not an indefinite hiatus. This break is going to help us recharge, rejuvenate, and come back strong for the next saga. So, I know that it's going to be a while for the next episode, but we're excited for what's to come next. I just need some time to write it, is all, you know? Wheldon was not built in a day. That's the famous saying that everyone knows. As always, this episode is brought to you by Dungeon Depths. Dungeon Depths supplies quality gaming supplies, I said it twice, with character. They deal in a lot of amazing dice, apparel, stickers, and they host some of our merchandise on their store as well, which is a huge boon to us. Thank you so much, Dungeon Depths. Right now, you can use the code SOFTPOD at checkout to get 10% off of your order. That's SOFPOD. Thank you, Dungeon Depths. This show is also sponsored by Roll20, a virtual tabletop to connect your gamers from across the world. You can check them out at roll20.net. Thank you, Roll20. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to thank our wonderful patrons. Without you, this show literally could not sustain itself. And although we are going on a hiatus, we will still be trying to put out Patreon content when we can during the hiatus when things come up. We have a couple things that are in the works, so please bear with us. Without further ado, thank you to Patty, Orion Arthur, Neerja, and Caitlin. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. It means a huge amount to us, as always, and we hope you enjoyed the bonus content that we will have coming out within the next month. Before I jump into the regular break stuff, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for the fan art. Thank you for the fan fiction. Thank you for just your love for the characters in general. Thank you for supporting us always, the softies, the softcore. It's huge. It keeps us going. We love seeing everyone's reactions to the episode. We love seeing everyone, enjoying the show and enjoying the story we're putting together. I love writing the story and seeing everyone's reaction to it. So it's a huge thing that this kind of took off in that way. Not only that, thank you to my team. Thank you to Kayla. Thank you to Michelle. Thank you to Chris for constantly putting in the work and constantly, putting this together and wanting to have it succeed. It's really great to be able to just play D&D and have fun and then have people enjoy that and care about it. Thank you to Dea and my brother Brian for the help that they have provided to us behind the scenes, whether that's mastering audio or running social media stuff or just running the softcore in general. Thank you so much to the mod team for the softcore for just running that ship so tightly and for just making it such a pleasant community to be in. That's Kayla, that's Mary, that's Remy, that's Neerja, that's Felix, that's Penny, that's Dea, that's Dragonfruit. It's all awesome. It's huge. Thank you so much for volunteering your time and making this community better just by being a part of it. Thank you to Dungeon Deaths for supporting us from the beginning. Your sponsorship was huge, but more so than that, just your guidance in the whole merch thing, as well as just your general support has been huge to us for basically the entirety of the podcast's run. There's a huge amount of thanks to go around, and this experience has been very humbling and very surreal, so thank you so much. Well, same old spiel though. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends if you think they'll like the show, and tweet about the show using #SoftPod. Now's a good time for people to catch up because we're going to be taking a little break. Anyways, that's all from me. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye! Okay. Final scene here with you all. Whee! Let's do this. 3 days have passed since your recovery, and on the third day, Azzurum feels his liver become vulnerable.
Mark that down as a status effect.
The main chamber now, with the work that's being done, there is a... Oh no, that's right. Not the main chamber at this point because of your suggestion. There is a main pool towards the base of the waterfall where the water flows into, creating this almost... There's like bioluminescence in this cavern, just glittering crystals that hang from the ceiling, as well as things in the water that just glow this light blue.
Oh my god, is it like the plankton where when it moves,
exactly.
it like...
So there's little bioluminescent plankton that swim and dance
so cool.
in this large pool of water in this cave at the base of the mountain, and set up are tables and casks and cheering crowds of people as you are walked down into this room. You are brought to this main chamber with dining tables carved from stone, filled with citizens making merry in this, the best of situations at this point. There are those who mourn what was lost, but they hold tight to what they still have. And music plays from one corner and echoes into this entirety, this chamber, filled with laughter and much needed cheer. People are dancing, singing jovially, rhythmically, and happily. A veritable spread of food has been procured in the past few days, ranging from rich wild vegetable medleys to hearty broths rife with strong aromatics and thick chewy noodles. And whole, enormous fried fish seasoned to perfection. Casks of ale flow, a procurement saved by Astrid for a victory in Wheldon, and now flowing as that victory has been had. Your allies are there, and as you crest the entrance of this cavern, people cheer for their heroes.
Aww.
And now, it's time to celebrate. So, as you all gather, the night is young, the alcohol is flowing, the music is loud, and the water is open and fresh.
God.
What are you all doing?
Holy shit.
Azzurum's gonna throw back 3 shots. Ga, ga, ga!
Oh shit.
immediately drunk.
And then he's gonna be like, DeVille, would you like to dance?
I would love nothing more, he says as he throws back 3 shots with you and pulls you into a dance, joining these crowds of people as they dance to the music. Archie playing along with them.
Oh my goodness.
So, as you all are going, you watch Azzurum and DeVille drunkenly move into a fireball of a dance that takes up this dance floor.
Oh, don't want to
That was
touch
fast.
the dance floor while they're on it and might get trampled, you know?
Yeah, killed even.
Maybe killed. I'm gonna take some, I don't know, what the fuck do people have when they have alcohol? I don't drink alcohol.
Like, what are you
Wine,
drinking?
there's wine,
what is-
whiskey,
wine is, whatever.
Yeah,
wine glass.
ale.
Vincent's a whiskey kind of guy, but only when he's sad. I think he'll drink wine.
Rainier pulls up with 2 glasses of wine. They're both like stoneware. As he sort of slides one to you and says, "It's a celebration, so let's celebrate."
Thank you. And then toast.
A
And
little
then
toast. Okay,
So,
Dara.
I'll probably, grab a nail, just nothing too crazy, and just sit with her feet in the pool and just be like, "This is nice."
Got her little feet in the water.
She's still holding her flowers because she days. It's been days, hasn't it? Never mind.
Astrid has you making a flower every day as part of your training regime. Just
flower
more and
crown?
more flowers.
She just has so many
Make
flowers.
flower crown or something.
They're just all in her bag. Some of them are kind of smushed.
From the crowd behind you, you hear Astrid yell, "Quick, Ladara, flower petals, now!"
Okay, all right, and woo. That was
Vincent sees that, he goes, "What the fuck?"
Astrid, who's a little drunk, says, "There we go, my best student." Amazing.
thank you.
What?
You
Oh.
watch this, raining down are these beautiful flower petals that appear from Ladara's hands.
I'll walk over to Vincent and I'll be like, "Hi, would you like this?" And I give him like a flower. Ladara!
Ladara, oh my god!
Is it okay?
And I touch it, and I'm like, you.
I
can't believe you did
that.
this.
I have like 50 more if you want any.
Just a bag full of
I
flowers.
show him my bag and I'm like, some of them are kind of smushed at the bottom, but
You are incredible! This is amazing!
thanks.
You know how to do this now?
I guess so. I can also make acorns. He's an acorn.
An acorn just whoop into
Good,
Ladara's hand.
yeah. I'll pick it up and be like, we can throw these at the enemies.
You can throw it at Azzurum.
Chuck it at Astrid.
As you're dancing, Azzurum, an acorn just against your head.
Who did that? I'll kill you.
I made that.
Cool.
She can do magic!
You made an acorn?
Isn't that
Are you
incredible?
a tree?
I can't believe this. This is amazing.
So I was like, what are they talking about? Who are we killing?
I like walk around to everyone and I'm like,
screaming.
would you like a flower? Here's a flower. Would you like a flower? Like to everyone.
Everyone is
I
just
take a
would
rose
you like a
and I
flower?
give it right to Rainier.
everyone
Everyone
is
gets a
just
flower.
ecstatic. You hand a flower to Bonnie and she says, "Oh, that's very kind of me."
Yeah,
Make a
course.
perception check.
20.
You kind of keep an eye on Bonnie as you hand the flower. You watch her just kind of look around and then sort of dance through the crowd a little bit, and then with a spin and a tip of the hat,
Oh, stop.
Nice.
hands the flower to Adela and says, "Yeah, little gift."
Oh.
And then
Like, I'll skip over it though.
You're so cute.
I won't get her a flower.
but you all are celebrating. Rainier looks and says, "Oh my gosh, there's so much magic in our group.
Isn't that amazing?
It's just me and Aona now. We're the only, non-casters here."
Yeah. Huh. Vincent's doing a little double check retcon, or not retcon, a retroactive check of his memory to see if Rainier's
You make an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Make an Arcana check
As,
for me.
Rainier is drinking his wine and he leans back and says, "That's so cool, though."
That wasn't a very good check. That was an 11.
seen stuff happen that you can't really explain. You feel better when Reneer's around, but there have been times where maybe some bleeding stopped that you're like, how did that happen? I just got stabbed.
Huh. Reneer, are you sure? That you
Sure
don't,
about what?
That you don't know magic. You don't do magic.
Oh, no. I tried it when I was little. Everyone tries to see if they can cast.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I've never done it.
Never?
Nope.
I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's true.
Huh.
You should look into that.
Oh, well.
Okay, you know what?
I'd love to be able to cast, but it just hasn't come to me. I'm just not natural.
Well, I'll keep an eye on it, because there are some things that make me suspicious about that. I know that you can cast if you put your mind to it.
Yes, a lot of studying, all that stuff.
I didn't study.
Yeah. She didn't study,
I did. It
Sometimes?
just
Bloomer.
happened. I don't know.
Literally late bloomer.
Good one.
But I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna.
Yes, of course.
Sorry. I'm gonna see you later. I guess.
Ladar, you make your way over. Where are you headed? Just around? Azzurum.
Is anybody swimming?
The
Azzurum
pool's
will-
open.
Azzurum will jump in.
Wow.
Azzurum rushes past you as you turn around Ladar. As
Clothes
like a spin.
flinging behind.
No, it's like
Clothes
on my head.
flying off, just covering Ladara as Azzurum dives in first
Cannonballs.
Are you
with as
wearing
little
his
clothes as he would
He has
like to
boxers.
have,
He has
Okay.
boxers on.
Okay, good.
and then following him without boxers, Deville
You can't
jumps in,
our children. Oh my god.
who's completely drunk,
My
just in the
eyes.
water.
Oh god. Oh god.
Is he? Oh god.
I
I
swear
am
to
not
Bill, I'm
getting
like,
in
you
there."
can't do that.
Oh god. Oh, I lost him.
No
I
one
didn't
else
mean to-
get in the water. Hold, please.
If someone
Gross.
finds some pink underwear, they're mine. So if you could throw them in the water, that would be nice.
Would they be like on the ground? Like are the areas
Do we see
closed?
that
Like
perception check?
Deville, no.
25.
You see running through the crowd, dodging between adults, some pink underwear attached to a cardboard sword.
Stop it.
That are rushing around
Oh god.
like a little flag.
I'll like run past and like just like snatch him.
You make them on the top, and you
I
see
just keep
Titan,
going.
Titan turn around. It's like, what? That's our flag.
Sorry. And then I go and I will throw them at his head. Be like, please put those on for everyone's sake.
Thank you. Thank you.
Disgusting.
Sorry about that one.
I don't mind.
Not my finest moment.
Guys, can Let her just put her feet in the pool and sit with her ale.
I'm gonna be like, when are you gonna go in? Because okay. You can.
I am, I'm all right. I could swim a little bit
You want to?
if you'd like to. Yeah.
Ooh, I've been in the water a lot.
Oh, then I will float next to you at the edge. That feels nice.
Okay.
He dips in and says, "Oh, it's cold. It's very cold. Oh, it's so much colder than I thought it would be."
Can I use prestidigitation to warm a bit like a square foot cube?
Oh, perfect.
Around him.
Yeah. The water itself starts to warm. He says, "Oh, is that you?
No.
Is that me?
Did you pee?
Oh no.
Did I? I don't think I did.
No. You probably didn't. You probably maybe did it.
It was
magic.
a joke. You probably didn't. I don't know.
I made magic.
Did you
Maybe.
laugh? Did anyone
I
laugh?
think you're a deception check.
14.
Luke says, "Don't tease me like that. Don't tease me like that." But yeah, as you all celebrate, you all sit at the edge of this pool. Renair and Deville and Azzurum swimming around inside. Anyone in particular that you would like to approach or talk to?
Maybe each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For the first time in a while, there's no danger, there's no vampires hunting you all down. You don't have a job. You're just
We're unemployed.
You're unemployed, and you're free. As Azzurum and Deville drift over.
Azzurum splashes Ladara.
Nothing's changed. You getting
Nice. What?
in? You getting in?
How deep is it?
It's about 100 feet deep.
So, for some reason, I really don't believe you.
He says, standing on his feet.
It goes up to like Azzurum's shoulders at this point, I would say, at the deepest. And as soon as Azzurum sort of splashes you, you see that emerging from under the water, you see Aona appear and says,
Oh God.
nice. And then splashes Ladara.
Oh, this seems unfair.
Okay, well, see
That
now.
counts as one. And then he
Absolutely not. And I
dives
get in the
beneath.
water, and I'm like, no. I'm like, do I still have these water powers? Shit.
You throw your arm out. And unfortunately, you don't feel anything.
Cool,
no
I'll just
God
splash
here.
him.
You splash him as he's diving. He says, you can't catch me.
God, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
He's like a
That's my brother. You
he's
can't
like
kill
a
him.
7-year-old.
Yeah, you've never seen.
I'm not actually. I'm not gonna.
My little brother.
Yeah, you've never seen Aona this childish before, but he's having fun.
Wow. Good for him.
All right.
What do we do? Where do we go? What
Are we doing?
Can we think about that tomorrow? I'm cruising. He says, like, floating on his back.
Having a good time?
I'm relaxing for the first time and, like, forever, honestly.
Wait, how do you do that?
What, float on my back?
Yeah.
Just get on your back.
Oh. Okay.
And then I'll go up and I'll, like, put my hands underneath your back. And then
I just stay here.
relax.
Okay.
Relax. Hey, Ladara, actually relax. I can literally feel your muscles tensing.
Okay.
Have you ever relaxed in your life?
No.
Clear your mind. And just chill. And then as Azzurum thinks that she can float, he slowly starts taking his hands down.
You can let go now.
I did.
What?
Dora, you are floating on your back in the pool, and it's calm, and you don't really know where to go from here.
This is nice.
And then Azzurum, like, makes eye contact with Aona across the pool and is
Aona dives.
No. Hold on.
Just making a stealth check.
Azzurum, stop
You
it.
feel
I didn't do anything.
Slight
Stop it.
rumblings.
Ladara.
You're gonna let it happen?
Sure.
You feel slight rumblings underneath you. The calmness
gonna
of the
kill
water.
She's like, she's finally in, like, zen. She's, like, in peace. She's like,
I'm like-
this is...
Azzurum, she's gonna kill him.
rippling waters.
She's gonna kill him.
The feeling of life water beneath you, and then two hands that push at your calves and flip you underwater,
It's his funeral.
immediately pulling you up, knowing that you can't swim, and just cackling to himself, just like.
He's laughing.
I'm gonna, like, be like, no, get back here!
That counts as two, and then he dives underneath.
And she goes after him.
You
I've never seen
actually
Aona smile.
make an acrobatics check with advantage for me.
He's never had fun in his life.
Literally.
16 plus 8.
Out of pure rage, Ladara, as he dives into the water, you dive as well, moving your arms and swimming. Out of pure anger, you teach yourself to swim after Aona,
Pure
and you are
hate.
able to catch up to him. What do you do?
Try to loosely strangle him.
You catch up to him as he looks around. He's basically like, I'm out of here. I'm good. And as he turns around,
Nope.
you're like right behind him when you wrap your arm around his shoulder.
I'm like, Ladara, he doesn't need to breathe.
He's still like flailing as he doesn't know what to do underneath
Get him,
the water.
Ladara!
You watch these two basically beat each other up underwater Until finally, there is a victor, and Aona arises defeated.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's at least 3 points. At least. So I'm looking at about, I would say, 15 or 16 at this point.
It's up for debate. And then he sort of swims to the edge.
Y'all need a referee or something? Jesus.
Okay.
I'm going to, at a certain point, I'm going to get up and walk over to where Archie's playing and then fish out my violin. And be like, I thought about it.
Archie's playing his heart out as he looks up and says, oh?
What key are you in?
Let's start with C. Start with C.
Easy, alright.
Easy.
And then I will play along with him.
Make a performance check with advantage.
Oh boy!
It's okay.
2 and a 3. But I have a plus 13, so...
It's easy. And as he plays something, it is met immediately by accompanying violin, and it takes you no time to catch on and improv your way through this set that you feel like you were born to play. In fact, your hands move on their own as he switches from key to key, from tempo to tempo, and you keep up with him at every turn. And by the end of it, he is laughing and smiling. And for a second, probably for the first time since you met him, he's not looking at you like someone he's lost.
I'm gonna start crying.
Okay. On the stage, Vincent and his brother play a song that echoes over the chamber as Azzurum and his brother and Azzurum's partner all enjoy themselves at the pool. Renair cheers on from the side his partner.
Oh.
And Ladara, you... Actually, what would Ladara be doing? I have to think of that.
She'll probably be sitting at a table talking to, like, Astrid.
Astrid, who is Ladara, you sit with Astrid as she continues her training, a bit drunk, just impromptu, creating flowers and saying, "You do this?" as you exchange flowers and laugh with your new druidic teacher, I'll say. We see a celebration of life, a celebration of family, both blood and choice. And we see a people not lost, but found. Though Wheldon is gone, these people haven't truly lost their home. And they have you to thank for that. But we cut away from this scene of celebration in the face of insurmountable odds. From an eagle's eye, we see a city far greater than any that have been shown to us. Ringed walls that encompass architecture that has survived the changing centuries. Knights upon gallant horses donning silver armor adorned in cobalt accoutrement. They lead their processions through the streets that all meet at one place. A stoic castle of marbled stone, weathered and massive, standing proudly. Numerous towers and battlements upon its storied walls. Castle Wheldon takes its throne at the center of the crown city of Shield. And within its halls, those that create history have gathered at an enormous round table with the legends of Aonsir carved into its face. Clad and finely ornamented in functional heavy armor, the towering Grand Huntress in Vox Borealis sits with an aura of intimidation. Donning illusory robes reminiscent of pale petals upon still water, the Starlight Sage silently looks on. Sat at the head of the table, stained glass behind him depicting the bloodline which weighs so heavily upon his shoulders, the aged King Edwin III of Aonsir sits in the traditional attire of the monarchy, adorned in medals and sashes that don't fit quite right. One chair is empty, and has remained such for quite some time, much to the annoyance of the others. The room hangs in awkward silence as the most powerful people in the world are held up by one, until finally, the door swings open. Through it, the processions of knights in jeweled armor, all led by two figures. The first speaks, adorned in clothes of the finest material, painstakingly hand-stitched to absolute perfection. The graceful Prince Varen takes his seat in a most lackadaisical manner. Sorry to all of you. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. The Vox replies, I was under the impression that the death of your people in the north would concern you further, but I suppose I overestimated the urgency. Ouch! There's that famous Borealis bite, I suppose. It's good to see you too, Cass. That's Huntress to you. The king speaks up. Punctuality is quite important. I'm sorry, was that directed at me? Or perhaps, maybe you should do a bit of introspection, seeing as you've got a lot on your plate, and the church seems to be handling your punctuality. The sage breaks their silence. I don't believe that this conversation bears relevance to this meeting. I agree. Maybe not explicitly, but implicitly. Maybe it's a good opportunity for you to talk about that. Word on the street is that some sovereignty heroes were involved in the tragedy at Wheldon. Isn't that interesting? Just a rumor, but maybe you should get that checked out. Enough, Varen. Let's get this over with. That's Prince Varen, Cassandra. She stands to her feet. Shall I strike you down here so that we can have one decent goddamn meeting? Her imposing aura fills the room. And as she does, a second figure steps past the prince, much more physically imposing than the Eternal Prince himself. Adorned in that jeweled armor, with hair that flows wildly down to his shoulders, and seems to lightly drift, as if held by the wind. I would ask that you rethink your words, Vox Borealis. Or perhaps we can turn this into a formal challenge. He speaks with confidence, but there is rumbling thunder in his words. The king cuts the silence. That's quite enough, General. Take your seats now, before this becomes an international incident. Begrudgingly, the two leaders take their seats. That tension hanging in the air that just for a moment felt heavy with the crackling of an oncoming storm.